Hello everybody, this is a grumpy old guy gaming. Happy Fragment Friday. You may notice a couple subtle changes here, and you may notice an enemy in the background there. So more on this in a second as we get ambushed by mummy scissors. Take care of these guys real quick if we can. At this point that's a pretty serious enemy. Yeah, it doesn't look like melee is going to be our friend on this one. Just have to cast our way through, I suppose. Finally get a hit there. Mummy scissors are down. Like I said, you may notice a bit of a difference as another set of mummy scissors conveniently come up to wreak havoc on us. Let's see if we're a touch more accurate here. Big ol' protect, break, and follow up for the kill over 300. As I've been trying to say, we've got a new weapon. Actually got new gear in general here. Ended up finding the Leviathan sword, level 32 rare. Bit of a downgrade from the Byakugan custom, but the model's so damn cool. And comes with two different element attacks. It's got an earth attack and a thunder attack. Also got App Corv if you really want to look for a pure physical attack boost. Not my deal overall. Also, we finally said goodbye to the Fire Lizard. It has come to that time at level 38 where there's just too much gear out there that is statistically better for us, and we needed to up our options in terms of magic as well. So we got rid of Fire Lizard for Stone Solar, which means we no longer have Aptorv on hand, and we just had to bite the bullet and buy some Hunter's Bloods. Let's go ahead and pull up a Fairy's Orb, and let's pull up the area info because I completely forgot the keywords already. We're in the V's Place server, level 30 Monster 50 Far Thunder. It's a level 40 Light or Thunder element field. Go ahead and get ourselves buffed up and ready for action. Got a statue Manir and here as well as a mummy. Manir's gotta be our first choice of attack. Unfortunately, we did up our magic potency, but we are carrying a Thunder Element spell from Girai, so that Manir just had to be taken down of its own volition. Now the Mummy Scissors in full retreat mode, easy target for Girai there. Go ahead and heal back up with our remaining SP and let it regenerate a little as we make our way to the next portal. Links, as ever, for our Fragment Friday down below for NetSlum and the Dot Hack Network. The Discord servers, the websites, the excellent How to Set Up and Play Fragment in 2021 guide, and of course, a Fragment from the NetSlum YouTube channel. A one-stop shop for all the Fragment content you could really hope for, including a fantastic playlist of seasonal events and rare spawning events like the ones in battle. Once again facing a Manir and a Mummy. Going after that Manir is huge because you gotta get that res out of the way early. No clue what the Mummy really died to there, but we'll take it. Waiting until we hit that 30 SP mark before we cast some more rep. Bit of a transit from portal to portal helping us out there. Looks like we've got a swordsman in addition to the Manir. Just going to use a Mage's Soul there, get ourselves in excellent shape to hack away with the katana. Just keep using the multi-target attack. dropped both the mummy and the swordsman, meaning only one thing's getting rezzed here, and it's the swordsman. Lucky day for us. I believe it's going to be an Ochimusha. Nope. Wrong there. It is a Nobunaga soul. I don't know why I was thinking Ochimusha. I mean, obviously, same monster model, just... Picking up some decent experience here. We're a little over where our current level is set at. Once again, coming right at this Menhir. Critical hit makes a great start to the battle. Love to get 300 on the Menhir to open. We've got it under 5, and with our Hunter's Blood still active, it's pretty much an auto hit on the Menhir. I say that as I miss twice in a row. That's what I get for opening the big mouth. Take a moment here. Heal ourselves back up before doing battle with the Mummy Scissors. Actually, fairly successful so far against the Mummy Scissors. We're sort of batting 500 against them. Get that dreaded Restore Protect, which means you were doing well, and then just forgot how to hit for a while. Get a risky treasure out of the deal, so it's not all bad. Quake Beast Fur. And another chance to cast a quick heal. Taking a look at our status screen, 589 to the next level, so a little over halfway. 2 Menhir. We knew this situation was going to happen. The problem with the statue Menhir is they can move pretty darn fast and cast. So we're going to be keeping that SP somewhat full so we could drain the first one. Protect break here. Speed charm wears off. That is a bit of a problem. Another big problem. Getting the protect break. And of course the second Menhir. Right on top of it to res the first. Everything getting out of the road there. Heard a protect break, but I already knew it was the Mummy Scissors, so there was no point in even pursuing that. Now we've got one on the Menhir, but we've also got this great situation where the Menhir are both close by, so we can actually pretty effectively take them both down. End up taking out the one. Second goes down with a big thud on a critical hit. And now we can finally go after these Mummy Scissors in relative peace. Get some nice Girai-Rom damage going there. Of course, all of our buffs have worn off, so we're really at the mercy of the game at this point. One more hit will do it. Now we just have to actually land said hit, and there we have it. Get the buffs back up, get the hit points topped off. Just one of those tricky battles, and you could see why Menhir tend to be the frustration of many newer players. Pick up some app Corv there, didn't have to cast it ourselves, got it for free out of the symbol. Also picked up a risky treasure here. A little bit of Quake Beast Fur. Here's some stomping in the background, that is most certainly a statue Menhir. Got a Mummy Scissors. Got 2 Mummy Scissors and a Nobunaga soul too, so this turned into a whole party thing. Trying to make life as difficult as possible on the Mimir at this point, just dropping as many things in the hopes that if it decides to res, it'll go after the Nobunaga Soul. Fortunately, we managed to outweigh that entire ordeal, and for the low cost of most of our SP and hit points, we come out with some decent experience. 3 portals left in what I can only describe as a trying field, which is not getting any easier with yet another double Mimir portal. I feel like Mimir are one of those creatures that probably trigger on Protect Break with magic damage easier. But as you can see, we're not going to hit with magic damage due to elemental tolerance. So, what we can do is just hang in as much as possible. Get that combo damage in off the skill. There we are. There's a quality data drain, giving us a Vitality Axe. Check the stats out for that after battle, because we kind of want to live here. You would be excused for thinking quite the opposite based off our current levels, but that's just me not wanting to use a consumable where I don't have to out in the field. Big 8,000 point strike, but that is, of course, on a data-drained monster. Now we're down into the area where it absolutely needs used. I'll wrap the post-battle. Taking a look at the Vitality Axe, you're looking at a level 20 Heavy Axeman weapon with Rue Break and Rep. Two more portals pointing nicely to the dungeon, so once we get there, we are well on our way. Haven't seen much grunty food around, but I'd imagine it would be Mandragora. Finish off 2 mummy scissors in 1 combo attack. Yeah, it turns out I needed to head here for a fortune wire anyway. Here, Mimir in the background sneaking up on us. Kind of tough to sneak when you're like a 4-ton idol. But there you have it. And oh lucky day, speed charm number 2 is worn off in this field alone. Got it down under 7, under 5. There's Protect Break, no need to drain for 1, and down it goes. See if we can't wrap this last battle up. Of course, I'm assuming it's a battle. It's a portal. It could very well just be a treasure chest. Which it is. Risky treasure, least risky business for us there. That's our all clear, and that is a Thunder Cloak. Just for the heck of it, let's call the Noble Grunty and see if there is any grunty food out here. Smell some Mandragora, and sure enough, Mandragora! We've got some right in the corner there. Mandragora! Not a whole ton to be found on this field, but there's a good trio of them. And I'm sure if you look from more of the smaller buildings, there are probably some hanging out there. We, however, are going straight into the dungeon and seeing what we find inside. Seriously, awesome sword. Not exactly the same, but certainly similar enough for the comparisons to be drawn. Desert field with a definite sci-fi theme, and we are rocking a giant laser sword. So draw your own parallels where you will. As for us, we are drawn straight up into battle with an Orochi. Big old earth element monster. We have some wood element spells. Should probably switch to one of them after this battle so we got something on hand, since Girairam is doing precious little for us with those Sphinx Minier. Actually, a pretty solid battle here. Let's see if we can finish it off with a flourish. This katana also has a 3-hit single target attack. That just did nicely for a little over 450 and set us up for the kill shot. Pick up a golden egg there. Also picking up 15 experience. Cast a little rep to top off, and like I said, we do have that option, so let's go ahead and sub out Girai Rom. Yeah, let's go for Juke Cruise. We also have Jigan Zot, but we've seen some Earth Element things. Lightning Bolt is acquired, and to the next room we go. Another Orochi, so our opening combo is wasted. Big ol' 850 off of that Juke Cruise, though. Hate to see those misses, but it's safe to say the spells we did cast did their job. Took down that snake in no time. Even got a risky off of it. Resurrect, but better than nothing. Empty room there. Taking us to the crossroads, and out of these crossroads come some Nobunaga souls. Get some decent starting damage, and then we take their sword skill in turn. Pretty classic duel, actually, if you break it down here. It descends into chaos, and we win out because we are wielding pure energy. We'll have to beat that on a purely technological level. They only had steel. Cut right through the Nobunaga souls and make our way up for the final portal of the first floor, where we run into more of the same, a pair of Nobunaga souls. Our SP hasn't regenerated quite yet, and we're not going to burn the Mage's Soul. So we're just going to rely on pure brute force here, and are rewarded with a couple critical strikes. Really making short work of the Nobunagas. Chest up at the top side of the room, giving us a Mage's Soul back, in addition to the 12 experience we gained from battle. Pretty quick first floor, on the shorter side, so we could expect a shallower dungeon depth. Coming up, we will heal, rebuff in the second floor, and take a look at the status screen to see what progress we've made thus far. Got some fairies orbs going, fairies exploring the second floor, and we could already see the stairs down, so we know we've got at least one more floor to go. We're all buffed and ready for action. We can see we're up to 751 experience, so a decent chance, unless we run into a ton of treasure chests, that level 39 will be calling. Another thing that we'll be calling is a Scorpioid. Big old water element monster. Of course, it is a giant tank, the Scorpion tank being a slightly lower level version of this, I believe. One of the most uniquely .hack things you will see, of course. It's one of those things, if you love this series, you gotta put this right up there with things you love about it. Getting jabbed out with a giant tank tail, and we are hacking through it pretty well with our don't call it a lightsaber. Take it out and take 15 experience and a risky treasure for our efforts. See a plasma storm out of the corner chest. Disarming. The opposite corner chest is going to give us the Hangman, and that risky I've been dodging this whole time is going to yield Thunder Gloves. 2 portals down here and to the left. Scorpioid again. You can see the combo damage. Well, the multi-target strike, it added up to about 210. It wasn't too bad, but certainly not worth the SP and time necessary to go through that animation. course, that right there is the big gamble. Just tapping circle gives us a chance to get those critical hits, and when we hit that 310, it is so rewarding. That's 3 of them there, so nearly 1,000 damage just off our sword having that extra ability. Okay, technically it's like 500 off the ability, since you're just doubling the damage you would already normally do, but, you know, that's a bit of a nitpick. The key is critical strike, always a cool thing. Another portal here with an erosion. We know what we want to do here. Back off and cast away, cast away, cast away all. Juke ROM until we are out of SP, which is not going to take a terribly long time. But thanks to an elemental hit is more than enough to take Setorouchi down. Giant snake gone, 15 experience given, and yet another chest to disarm. That's our 10th fortune wire of the adventure, giving us some thunder armor. Appears to be a very lucrative adventure overall, assuming we survive. I mean, lucrative either way, but we want the experience gain too, is the big thing. Coming to a crossroads room. It's going to yield us 2 statues here. But we will approach this like we did out in the field, only now with less real estate for the Minier to float to. Are some weird angles to this room, which creates problems in and of itself. Let's go ahead and drop the Minier as low as possible. Then work on the other one, see if we can't get them together for some combo attacks, and worst comes worst, just go for a protect break and a data drain. See our health hovering right around that halfway mark. Got our combo, but it just shy of killing off both Minier, and we are now stuck in res hell. Fortunately, we're let off the hook by a Rhydon spell. One of the Minier is now down for the count, meaning that it is a battle against time with the other. That Minier working on us like nobody's business, but we make it through, like the champs we are. Like the champs we are, we're also too cheap to use consumables right away, so rather than burn through the healing potions, I'll just wait for a moment for the SP to replenish, cast a second aura, and then use a Mage's Soul. More Minier, more action, more Rhydon, lightning bolts just dropping straight on us, which, in all fairness, should be a great deal more painful than we're letting on. We're actually going to go ahead and burn through some Mage's Souls on this one, because this is a very narrow corridor, and if we could keep them in place, we could just keep multi-target attacking, and hopefully get them down at the same time. Miss there is going to be critical, as it's going to allow one Minier to revive. I do believe we're safe from, we're safe from the full resurrection shenanigans, but again, not what we were hoping for, and there goes our speed boost. Either way, we managed to avoid the data drain, which again can have some rather nasty side effects in Fragment. Typically only drain in an emergency situation or a situation like a data bug where you absolutely have to. Got a couple treasure rooms down this way. Let's go ahead and check those out. Picking up a plasma storm there off the corner clip. Got 3 chests in the crate and barrel room. Picking up a restorative. Always nice to get the 3 consumables. Chest 1 yields the death, 2 yields a plasma storm, and number 3 is offering us some thunder armor, so a very nice value in this one. Pick up an antidote, so 1 of each of the status consumables left, some crates and barrels to tell the tale. And now we'll work our way up into the top left of the mini-map here. 2 portals left in floor number 2. It's an Orochi. Thrilled that it's an Orochi because I actually held back on the Earth combo attack on the off chance that it might be. Of course, more than enough SP at the moment to take it out. Got it close, 23 hit points. We could finish that off by simply tapping the circle button, saving ourselves 10 SP in the process. Plasma Storm, and yet more risky business for our efforts. Our dungeoneering toil has been very well rewarded. Picking up the Hanged Man here as well before moving onward to corner stage as well. And another Orochi. Backing off and chucking twigs at it. Even when it's not an elemental hit, we're getting like 400 something, which is crazy to me. There was a 414 for the kill. Again, we could have run up and finished that off, but what the heck. Why not take it out to give an impactful end to the second floor? Which means, of course, floor number 3 coming up. Seeing more stairs down here, so we're getting at least 4 floors of fun. Wouldn't have guessed that off of that opener, but here we are. And happy to keep moving on. This is one of these times where if you're finding yourself a little pressed for time, floor 3 could be your friend with only 1 portal and 3 rooms to traverse. However, you guys get the full benefit of my time on this one, and we're going to go for the full clear. Got some Druid Witches, going to take those out right quick and in a hurry, and our combo attack very useful there being Earth Element because it's an elemental hit shot. Storm Bracers. And Plasma Storm before moving to this dead-end corridor on the far left. Scorpioid, now our current battle. And again, hitting for quality 120 to 150 range. Looking for those criticals because they can get up around 300. Either way, we're making some fairly quick progress on this. Already got it down to about half health. Only had 1 miss. Thankfully, that doesn't jinx us on the following attack. Sub 300 crit, but followed up with a crit for 310, so 3 quick crits on the back half there. And the Scorpioid is down, giving us 15 experience and 1 more risky treasure. Hands of Storm are acquired, and room is departed.
Amateur egg!
Pick up the Immature Egg. And make our way to the right side of the map. Treasure chest here, offering us the death, thankfully in consumable form. Orochi backing off and Juke cruising like it's going out of style. Of course, dogs being the fashion plate of Dot Hack, anything he does is truly not going out of style. Like giant purple laser swords. It seems I'm fixating on that a little bit, folks. It's a very bright, shiny object. It's kind of tough not to fixate on. If you have the willpower not to fixate on it, despite me constantly mentioning it, all the better to you. I, however, am charging right into the Scorpioid battle here. Talking about 148 quality damage off of that hit, because while it wasn't perfect, 2 out of 3 aimed out on the combo. And now settling into our 155 normal attacks. These battles are not the most exciting thing to watch, I'd imagine. Let's go ahead and change the camera angle slowly so you guys can check that out from a different perspective. But they are tangibly nice because they're going to get you some background SP regeneration. That was 3 criticals in a row, getting it down to just 2 measly hit points. Sword's really been doling out the criticals in bunches today. Not sure exactly what the critical percentage is on it, but it seems to be fairly consistent. Or maybe my attack's just low enough that it's getting that many chances to trigger. Plasma Storm's going to give us a nice little item boost to close out this third floor. And let's see what we get into in floor number 4. As we are starting off the 4th floor, and we see stairs going down beneath, let's go ahead and do what we did for the 2nd floor once we get ourselves in good repair. Check out our status screen, see how close we are to leveling, and there you see it, 933. We just have 67 points to go. Should be doable, especially with 2 floors left. Starting off with a pair of Nobunaga Souls, we combo on them, they simul attack us, we combo again. Low on the SP, so our finishing blows will just be normal strikes, but the deed is done, 12 experience added to the pile, and we acquire an immature egg and once again the consumable death. Scorpioid battle here, chance to get some of that SP back while grinding for 15 precious experience. Nice close-up of said Scorpioid. Loving the fact that this is a fire element weapon by trail and by resistances, but not necessarily by attacks. The attacks it gives are thunder element and earth element. But as you can see, that red trail when it's in motion, indicative of a rare item are those little weapon trails. And red is definitely for fire, and it does boost your fire element while penalizing your water element. So neat item in that respect, mechanically. Moving to the next room. Ooh. Didn't get a chance to combo off, and now we've got to take the Druid Witches one at a time. Fortunately, a critical hit for 544 makes that task real easy. And the Nobunaga Soul to put a bow on it. Risky Treasure number 15 is going to yield us a Storm Bracer. And we get a Plasma Storm out of a normal chest. Immature Egg to round out the treasure gains, and before we trigger that portal at the end of this particularly long bending room, let's go ahead and top our hit points off. Got a pair of Druid Witches here. This time we definitely got the jump on them, hit our combo, pick up 14 experience. Gonna leave us ever so close to leveling. I mean, we've got to be within one battle, I would think. Picking up a Mage's Soul there. Sports Drink on that side. And Nada on the right. Could stick around. There are 9 items to break in there. 6 barrels, 3 crates. Probably one of my favorites because everybody gets a side when you're partied up as a 3-player party. And then one person gets the treasure chest. 4 floors in the book. Let's see if we stay alive on number 5. Number 5, and a room that looks suspiciously like a statue room at about the halfway point as we weave our way to it. Again, going for the full clear for max experience, not just for GOGs, but for the server. Risky Treasure, we ran right through it. Fortunately didn't trigger it, and pick up some Thunder Gloves out of it. Next room coming up. That gives us a couple Nobunaga Souls. Happy to see them. At least as happy as we can be for 2 swordsmen that just appeared to want to kill us. They take turns attacking us in between our combos, and we are just a touch too strong for them, and getting ever stronger and even stronger yet as we level up to 39. Lightning bolt out of the treasure chest. Taking a moment, getting our SP up so we can cast All Rep and then Mage's Soul to top off the SP. Two more Nobunaga Souls. Get hit with a Death Strike attack, which is something I did not know the Nobunaga Souls even had. So let's go ahead and finish this battle off in a hurry. Unpleasant surprise. But one we survived. Of course, when you start getting up in levels, you tend to expect monsters to get a bit more threatening and menacing. Here we've got a pair of Druid Witches and a pair of Nobunaga Souls, which we now know could very quickly spell the end of us. So, not fooling around here. Just gonna finish them all off. Use that Katana skill to our advantage. Pick up yet more risky treasures in a Storm Bracer, and one that's not so risky in the form of a Plasma Storm. 4 portals left to go in the dungeon. Getting another pair of Nobunaga Souls. Swordsmen everywhere in this 5th floor. Actually getting 2 combos off before they could attack. Run into a minor SP issue, but we managed to resolve it safely.
Immature egg.
Pick up an immature egg, make our way to this square room. 2 more Nobunaga Souls, because variety is the spice of life, and this dish not as spicy as one would hope. Get a Protect Break on 1 Nobunaga Soul, but take the pair out with the following combo attack. That combo attack, by the way, is named Danku. So every time I say combo attack, just go ahead and sub in the word Danku for me. I would appreciate that. Or at least half the times to make it sound like I at least know 2 ways to refer to a single skill. Druid Witch and 3 Nobunaga Souls here in this portal, as it literally seems to be a death of 1,000 cuts on this floor. Did just keep ourselves alive there. Glad I didn't trigger the Mage's Soul. That would probably done us in. That dying attack came out of nowhere, and then we got hit a couple of times beyond it. As per tradition within this dungeon, yet another risky treasure develops, giving us Hands of Storm. Now with 1 portal left, the question is, can we survive it? It's an Orochi. Our first large enemy of the 5th floor, and probably our safest battle of the 5th floor. Taking it down in style, still plenty of SP left to hit solid elemental hits, and wouldn't you know it, a risky treasure is reward. Hands of Storm acquired, and now nothing left but to grab that statue. I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit of a heart pounder there with that next to last portal. The penultimate portal turned out to be the most challenging battle. Here in the statue room, chest is yielding us some ninja socks, a rainbow card, and a light cross. 3 high quality items. And most importantly, we escape with 104 points to the better, moving from 39 to 40. Folks, this was a very enjoyable run, and hopefully you're having a very enjoyable day out there. If you want to get a chance to play this hidden gem game, track down a copy, find a friend with a copy, anything you can do to get patched and ready, and join us here playing some .hack Fragment. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Thank you for watching, saying take care, and we'll see you around.